I'm so excited, of course, as an American, and of course a Jewish American, to support Kamala Harris to be the next president of the United States. Of course, I'm also excited to have the opportunity to have the first gentleman ever, because this is our first woman president we're talking about, but also a first gentleman who happens to be Jewish as well. Particularly an exciting opportunity. When I reposted this, as we all did, Jewish Americans for Kamala Harris, it was really interesting to see, of course, some of the hate spewing forward on social media. But I wanted to kind of characterize that. There's a lot of the people that are saying, hey, you're not real Jews if you support Kamala Harris. This is often said by non-Jews, by the way. To be Jewish, you need to do this. You need to support and how absurd on a number of levels. First of all, obviously, upwards of probably 70% of Jewish Americans and I hope more, are going to vote for Kamala Harris. I hope we get up to 80%. But secondly, we are all have full agency in expressing our Jewish identity consistent with our values as we see fit, and applying those values of tikkun olam and healing the world. I mean, there's no question in my mind that the president we need, the president we deserve, is Kamala Harris. And of course, we can talk about why the alternative is dangerous. But one notable fact is that I don't see so many Jewish Americans supporting Kamala Harris questioning the Judaism of those who support the other candidate. And nor do I. I think they might be misguided. I think they're supporting a candidate who's worse for our country. But if Donald Trump does get 20% of Jewish votes, again, I hope he gets less. But whatever he gets, I'm not questioning their Judaism, nor should any Jewish American who supports Donald Trump, or any American who supports Donald Trump, ever question the Judaism that any of us on this call express, any of you watching this express. To do so is in and of itself an anti-Semitic act. And we are all proud of our Judaism in so many different ways, and in so much the diversity of our faith. But look, when you apply the values of our faith to the candidates, right? I mean, helping those with least among us, promoting safety and security, of course, for the Jewish state of Israel, but also for the people of Ukraine, the people of the world. I know that Kamala Harris is the candidate we need to guide us. She has the experience, of course, putting criminals behind bars through our legal system. She's a criminal as an attorney general, fighting for consumers, as a U.S. senator with extensive international experience as vice president of the United States, to lead on day one and to make sure that we move forward as a country towards a better world rather than back to the chaos of the Donald Trump presidency. Chaos for our economy, chaos for our place in the international world, a lack of application of the Jewish values we share to everyday problems, scapegoating of communities, including, by the way, from people that were supporters of Donald Trump, often scapegoating of the Jewish community, among many others, which we also in many ways see with regard to some of the rhetoric being used against Jewish supporters of Kamala Harris. So I think that this is an enormous opportunity for our country, really a fork in the road, for us to take a path consistent with our values to elect a president who will fight for all of us, fight to protect our freedom, fight for a better future, versus returning to the division and hatred of the past. These old tropes that never seem to die, that sadly have been given new life on social media, that I think we can put to rest by decisively electing Kamala Harris the next president of the United States. I couldn't be more excited to be supporting Kamala Harris, whether in any way that I can. I know that she's going to be an amazing president, and one that we can be proud of as Americans, and yes, that we can be extremely proud of as Jewish Americans, securing a peaceful future for the state of Israel, as well as making sure that no Americans face discrimination regardless of their faith, their sexual orientation, their gender identity, their ethnicity, one that is fully inclusive of all Americans, including my fellow Jewish Americans and all of our diversity. So thanks for joining us, and thanks for supporting Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States.